Law 20. Don't take sides. Taking a side in an argument is a bad idea, as people will respect you more if you don't say yes to anyone or anything. Instead, focus on keeping people interested in you and asking for their help, making the game work for you. Law 21. Appear dumber than your enemy. The point of the trick is to make it seem like your victims are smarter than you are. Once they know this, they won't ever think you're up to something bad. Be careful before you say something that could be taken as an insult to someone's intelligence. You don't want to make them feel stupid. Also, this part of the human ego can be used to your advantage in your projects. By making other people look smarter than you are, you can get them to let down their guard and stop wondering what your real goals are. Prussian Minister Bismarck was able to get Count Blome of Austria to agree to a treaty that helped Germany but hurt Austria by appealing to Blome's sense of self-interest. The night before the talks were to start, Bismarck asked Blome to play Quins, one of Blome's favorite card games. He acted too quickly and made mistakes, which Blome saw as proof that the treaty didn't have any hidden traps. The next day, he signed it without reading the fine print, and Bismarck was proud because he had never thought an Austrian would agree to such a deal. If you start out in a low position and want to move up, you might look obedient and naive to make people think you are smarter than you are. You won't be seen as a threat by your coworkers, and you'll move up the ranks. Even if nothing else happens, you'll have some time to do whatever you want. Law 22. Change weakness into power by using the surrendering trick. When you can't win, don't keep fighting to prove your worth. The concession gives you room to breathe while you get back on your feet, annoy, and upset your opponent. This gives you time to wait until their strength starts to fade. Do this the next time someone tries to get you mad and you want to fight back. You shouldn't fight back in any way. Most of the time, this will make them easier to talk to. Giving up to your opponents puts you in charge, which may seem like a contradiction, but it can be the smartest thing to do. People tend to overreact when their opponents do something wrong, which makes problems worse. When someone is aggressive, the natural response is more aggression. But your enemy will respond by becoming even more hostile. The weaker side will be completely destroyed. It's smarter and more likely to work to give up and turn the other cheek. That will stop your opponent from being aggressive and make her confused, giving you an advantage in terms of strategy. During the time that your enemy thinks she has won, you can work on improving your position, finding out where your enemy is weak, and planning how you will get back at her. Even though you appear to be agreeable, your inner resolve is strong. It takes a lot of patience to act like you're dead for a long time, making your opponent think she's won when she hasn't. In the end, you'll be the one who loses if you get up too early and ruin the show. It's natural for people to want to get away from a big danger, but in the end, he will catch up to you and kill you. Stay far away and strike when it's the right time. The power goes on and off. Anyone who is at the top right now will end up at the bottom. Those who give up are often the ones who can make the most money from the inevitable disaster.
Law 39. Stir up waters. Force fish to the surface. Emotion and rage are unproductive from a strategic perspective, so it is important to stay level-headed and consider how to use someone else's feelings to gain an advantage. Intentionally upsetting someone can be used to show how unstable their mind is, or to get them to act irrationally.
Beware those who speak in vague terms. Clarity is power, but Green warns of the dangers of vagueness. Those who speak in riddles might have more to hide. How do you discern clarity from obscurity? Share moments of clarity or confusion. Dive into the world of words and their weight with us.
Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Use money in a smart and creative way to gain power and respect in society. Avoid debt, regret, and lying, and pay the full price asked. Disarming the target makes it less likely to notice your true intentions, and the more popular and well-liked you become, the closer you are to achieving your goal.
Mirror your enemy's actions. Reflection can be strategy. Green discusses mirroring adversaries to disarm or understand them better. But when does reflection become imitation? Share moments you've mirrored or been mirrored. Dive into the strategic symmetry of mirroring with us. Hold your cards. Close. In a world of revelations, secrecy can be strength. Green advises on the power of selective sharing. But where's the line between strategy and deceit? Have you ever benefited or been burned by held cards? Share your tales of revelation or reservation. Discover the power dynamics of disclosure with us.
Want a quick lesson in power? Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. An employee, working hard, visibly stressed. Boss walks in holding 2 tickets. Hey, these are tickets to the big game tonight. I can't go. Want them? The employee looks surprised and grateful. Wow, thank you, he says. That was a simple gesture from the boss, but what comes next? The next day, boss approaches employee's desk. Hey, I need you to work this weekend. It's a big project. The employee is hesitant, but remembering the tickets, he says, sure, I'll do it. So the lesson is, when they think they owe you, they're easier to lead.